All right, Junes, you have talked about having a young child, so you will probably at some point have to go to Disney World or Disneyland.
Unless you're a bad parent like me and never took my kids.
Ever?
No. Isn't that bad?
Did they ever want to go?
They never mentioned it.
Huh.
I'm bracing for it. I'm sure that we will do it at some point, and I think I'll want to do it because I went when I was 10.
Sure, it's fun. It's magical.
It was great.
Yeah, I did
Loved
too.
it.
And Disney's so much bigger and better than it was when you were 10. And so, yeah, I think that you'll really enjoy it. Now, there are a few weird things about Disney. I don't know if they've got this figured out yet. But I remember going one time, and it was all a bunch of older, nothing wrong with that, being older. Heavy set, nothing wrong with that either.
Why'd you mention it?
People in scooters, nothing wrong with that.
In scooters?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Well, just that's how they got around.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they're like the
customers.
rascals. Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Customers. And I think that they just all got to go to the front of the lines on everything. And it was just, I remember it made my eyes cross a little bit because I was like, okay, going to this place for kids, and it was all senior citizens. They weren't even senior citizens. They were all people like in their 40s. But the scooter crowd loves that place.
Do you remember the email our P1 Nick sent us about what it cost for him to take his family to Disney World in Orlando?
It was a
I
lot.
can imagine.
It was over $20,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. Well, for
Airfare,
like a week?
hotel.
Oh,
The
okay.
hotels there are really expensive. Just getting into the place, buying food, whatever.
Yeah, you're probably best staying off property and just taking a day trip there, right? Instead
Yeah, but
of
staying on the property's neat with the...
Mickey Mouse waffles.
Yeah, you got Mickey Mouse waffles, and while you're eating, a bunch of princesses
comes
come
in.
over and say hi to you.
Goofy comes in, lifts his leg while you're trying to eat.
Yeah. Then you try to stare at your plate when the Mad Hatter comes around because he's all creepy. But, yeah, you'll end up having to do this, Junes, and you'll have a good time. It is magical. It brings out your inner child. But there is a problem at Disneyland and Disney World that you need to be aware of.
Gators.
Well, yes, that. I wasn't going to mention it, but now that you brought us back to that very tragic story. And
Stories. Have there been a couple of them?
I think there's only one.
All right.
One story of someone dying at Disney World. Disney, yes.
Yeah.
The one in Orlando. And I think that was like a 2-year-old or 3-year-old that got taken by a gator.
Yeah.
No, this is not that. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to people doing in the lines.
What? In their pants or on the sidewalk?
No, dropping trowel and leaving.
Why is that a problem?
Is it
an unlit campfire?
Let me guess. It's because the lines are too long. They don't want to lose their place in line.
Correct.
Golly.
Wow.
And people just, they do it, and then they just stand there next to it as the line shuffles forward.
Proudly.
Yeah. It's so weird. Yeah, there was, let's see, somebody commented on the story, the news story about this, and they were talking about the Flight of Passage. Do you know that attraction at Disney World? And they said bodily fluids no longer bother me after working at Disney. Let's just say that the attraction I worked at has what the cast ended up dubbing the poop hall, because the amount of times the guests have gone in there and pooped. I guess there's a place where you're waiting in line and it's in a hallway, and people would just routinely use that to make their bodies lighter. Said they even put up a camera, but it still didn't stop it. And a lot of these rides, they will have a bathroom halfway through in the line. that you can go to. But people are so fearful of losing their place in line, they don't want to do it. And when you have a line that...
Would you be more fearful of doing that in public than losing your place in line? 15 minutes worth of
but can't you throw
standing?
A coat of verbal paint on it and say, it's a natural thing. Why should anyone be ashamed of
Because we're humans. We have bathrooms. We're not a buffalo
but those people
just
are
sitting out in
horrible
somewhere.
circumstances. They're herded into lines like cattle, and you expect them to be okay with this situation? They're the victims.
Well, I'm not okay with you number twoing in line.
That was childishly put, but yes.
Well, I was going to say something else, but I can't.
What were you going to say?
Doo-dooing?
Worse.
Poo-pooing?
Worse.
Start with an S?
Yes.
You were not about to say that.
I had to stop myself.
Maybe you were ahead of the game, and that's why you didn't take your kids, because you sensed
I knew it.
inline doo-dooing. They have a code word for it at Disney. They call it a code H.
No.
And this is the code H was from back in the old, I think they still use it in its original context, which meant horse manure, because they would have horses in the parades there and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they would, have to put out a call on the radio that said, hey, we got a code H over on Main Street. And it used to refer to horses. Now it refers to human.
I can't believe this is a problem. I could maybe think maybe this happened once in the calendar year. But why would you not put security there? And the first time someone does that, they're kicked off the premises. They're never allowed in.
For doing a natural act.
And you call the police
it's
indecency.
A beautiful,
No, it's
natural...
not. That is never beautiful anywhere.
That's a good question, because we've seen this in New York and San Francisco. Human poop on the sidewalk. If the police see somebody doing that, do they just tell them to shoo, or do they arrest them for indecent exposure?
You used to get arrested just for peeing off a balcony. I don't know why you wouldn't get arrested for this.
I think
this is 10 times worse.
You get arrested for public urinationing.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you get arrested for this?
But there's something about this act that people tend to, I think, have more sympathy for.
Sympathy?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Because it's a disadvantaged person is the person who has to go out in public.
They're not disadvantaged. They just don't want to wait in line. They're idiots.
Well, but how do you know they're not disadvantaged?
Okay.
I'm sure they have
I haven't
something
seen the economic breakdown of these people, but
I'm sure there's something that can, in their life, some biographical detail that gives them a fair catch on this. I just don't know.
There's no way.
I'm with George. I'm surprised that it's more than one a year.
Right.
Oh, yeah. They say
that shocks me.
There were lots of people that sounded off who used to work at Disney saying that, yeah, they dealt with this, I think, multiple times a week.
I guess when you're dealing with that many people, the odds probably are that it's going to happen, but it just never occurred to me. By the way, if
Could you imagine stepping in that? And having the 2-foot smear slide of your foot that almost goes out from under you, and you're like, what the heck?
I bingoed on smear. By the way, if you are to be arrested every time you urinate in public, then I should have been arrested about 15,000 times in my life.
You just can't get caught. Who was the ESPN guy who got arrested that one time for peeing off a balcony?
A balcony? That's never necessary.
Yeah, who was that?
Was it
not Kenny Mayne?
I don't want to falsely identify, but it was one of them.
I'll find this.
Off a balcony?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that person should be arrested. That's not the same as when you're out on a nature walk.
I have far less a problem with that than someone taking a squat in line for the Mad Hatter ride.
It was Gary Miller, their baseball studio host, for a long time.
Off a balcony. Trying to arc it down into the pool? What's he doing?
And he was arrested for public indecency, yet these people aren't. They're doing this at Disney?
Apparently not. They're just a code H. Hey, we got another one.
Maybe they don't identify them. Like they don't know who.
They got security cameras.
Yeah.
They got people.
Maybe Disney thinks that's rude to do to their guests to identify them as the people who.
Well, I think it's rude to do that to my
your beautiful
amusement park.
The one you never even go to.
How
But
can
now
they-
you're
there
very
was.
territorial of it.
By the way, how can they not identify them when they're in line with 200 other people?
Yeah, see, I'm with you that I just think it would be so awkward to be that person if you did that. How do you sit there and then shuffle forward an inch every 5 minutes?
No, I mean,
Right.
that is just something a human should never do.
Ever?
Ever. If you have to go
Go
in your
code
pants,
H?
go in your pants, but don't do that.
That's dehumanizing.
So is dropping your jeans and doing that. Right next to some kid holding the Daffy Duck balloon.
Right.
He's got to put up with that.
Meanwhile, you're making brown soft serve.
Bingo.
That is not a bingo.
Oh, gosh.
Do you turn to the kid's parents and just say, I'm so sorry about that. I really am.
I think that as you're squatting, you just are shouting to other people around, "Don't look at me! Don't look at me!"
Like a dog. Sorry, Donald, not Daffy. Donald's Disney. Daffy's
Yeah, you said
Looney
Daffy,
Tunes.
and that just really threw me so much. I just couldn't even follow
Shut
what
up.
you were talking about. Gosh.
Heard from P1 Nick. He said that his travel party was 11, and their price tag at Disney World was $30,000 for
Okay.
11 people.
I
Stayed
don't
3
believe
nights,
this.
3 nights and 4 days in the park. So it wasn't just a one-day thing. And he said it was at Christmas. He said it was the
Believe
trip
that.
of a lifetime.
$3,000 a person? Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
$30,000?
Party of 11, 3 nights.
Wow. That boggles my mind. I don't understand that. How can you spend that much?
He said it was the trip of a lifetime.
You stop saying that.
Not if someone was doing that.
If you're
Because they're
having
in
to
line.
hop over. Yeah, you have to be on the lookout for it, I guess, now, if you're in the
No.
lines. Maybe the people in the scooters, at least, will have a trap door in the seat.
Where nobody knows they're going.
Yes. We'll deposit it in a secret chamber of their choosing. Oh, gosh.
Well, thanks for that.
When
I
are we
guess.
going to genetically modify humans not to do that?
It's coming. It'll happen where you take a pill and it just dissipates in your gut.
Hey, look, it's not pleasant, but we have a pretty good system. It's called a bathroom.
It's a terrible
Now,
system.
we don't treat those very well,
Right.
but
The smells.
we've got an answer, so we don't have to watch this. We don't have to act like cattle or a horse out in some pen.
All right,
That's the
Gordon.
worst story of the year.
I can't believe you're yelling at these people.
They need to be yelled at. They need
Having
to be
problems.
That's the Odex.
Okay, so I stupidly did Twitch last night. Didn't realize there was a Republican debate going on and the CMAs.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't win on which night to do this thing. There's always something going on. Always.
I think the debate was really bringing in a huge television audience.
It's the Republican debate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Again, I repeat
I guess
the
if
question.
if you don't have the primary candidate there, Trump's wasn't there, of course. But you got to watch Vivek Ramaswamy. How do you say his name? I've never heard it pronounced. I always read it.
Ramshamway or
Yeah, and he was up there with Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, and they were going at each other. And of course, the moments that are most talked about are the insults. That's what we
Right.
have to do, is the insults, and that's how we choose a president, is who does best at insulting people on a stage.
Who got served?
Yeah, who got served. That's what we're interested in. So Vivek said that he made reference to that he had Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels up on stage with him, and he said there's 2 people here that fit that bill. Referring to Nikki Haley wearing 3-inch heels and Ron DeSantis wearing 3-inch heels.
Oh, no, they made reference to it.
So that was talked about. Nikki Haley said to, I need to pronounce his name, Ramaswamy.
Mm-hmm.
She said, quote, "You're just a scum."
A scum.
He's a scum. Yeah, he wears heels. He wears. Yeah, apparently he had attacked or said something about her daughter on TikTok. This says he attacked her 25-year-old daughter for having a TikTok account while she was sitting in the audience of the debate.
Did you see him attack Kristen Welker, one of the hosts, last night?
No, what did he say to her?
Just right out of the gate. He just laid into her about spreading lies through the media and laid into the media, and it's not her place to debate him, so she just sat there and took it. It was a terrible moment.
So what's his deal? Like, he has an opportunity here to be completely different. Don't be doing the insults. You could be positive, energetic, younger generation guy.
Yes, I think that's his deal. I watched a part of this last night, not the whole thing, because I just can't take politics. But I haven't watched any of the debates up until now, but I sat down and watched, 20 minutes last night. He is trying to be a younger, sharper, more cutting-edge version of Trump.
Oh, boy.
He's even dressing like him. He's wearing the red tie, and but it's the same playbook. It's just he's a little sharper and younger, but it's the exact same playbook. So does he
come across like he's trying to bluff through a book report like Trump does?
No, because he's sharper.
Okay.
So that's his playbook. If for those who think that Trump nearing 80 is, it's too old, Trump and Biden are too old to be president, he's going to try to be the new Trump.
Mm-hmm. How did DeSantis look? Do you think he was wearing the heels?
Yeah, I assume he's always wearing the heels.
Dude, man, why is he doing that?
So it's a heel within the boot.
Yeah, the rumor is, and when you see the pictures and the way he walks in them and the way it looks, it does look like he's got some lifts inside his boots. But I think the idea would be just to wear it on the outside of the boot. I mean, there's nothing wrong. If you want to wear heels, we let women do it. Why can't we let men do it? Mm-hmm. Just wear them out loud. Yeah. You don't have to try to obscure them.
Yeah.
but yeah, the rumor is he's got like 3-inch lifts inside his cowboy boots. So it makes his shins look really long. And his pants, he didn't seem to get them re-hemmed, so they're kind of high waters.
And when you watch his boots, when he's walking across like a stage, you can see there's like a
it's got floppy toe, yeah.
It's got clown toe to it.
Yeah. But, once again, all that's cosmetic.
Yeah, who cares? I mean,
it's just the way someone looks, but people judge presidents on the way they look. And the whole reason he's doing the lifts is because people judge on the looks, and it's like people vote for taller men to be president.
Yeah, it is. It's all the look. It's all the perception. And in this case, it is reality. But one of the number one things people bring up about Biden is, I just think he's too old. Mm-hmm. He doesn't look like he can do the job anymore. Mm-hmm. It's so much about the look. It always has been.
Yeah.
The other thing I didn't watch, as I'm promoting things I didn't watch here in Muse in the News, is the CMAs. George, I'm sure you were tuned into that.
Watched a little bit of it, yeah.
Bird dogs win anything?
We were not up for any.
So that's why you only watched a part of it.
No, that's not true. I watched some of it.
So I went back and watched the performance of, who's the woman you were always insulting to her face? Winona.
I never did. I got to meet her.
Winona
nice
Judd. And no, you came downstairs and you made a comment about her looks.
I didn't.
And she was performing with Jelly Roll.
Yeah, I can't really explain Jelly Roll outside of the fact that, do y'all remember the day that he did an acoustic set in our conference room?
What?
No.
Yeah.
At this place?
Yeah.
In our conference room?
Mm-hmm. One of our country stations had him up here, and they put out a memo. By the way, staff, Jelly Roll will perform an acoustic set in our conference room this afternoon. I think somebody went to it. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, I can't explain him. He's kind of a rapper, heavily tattooed guy, but he's country.
Yeah, he's country, and he performed a song with Winona.
Mm-hmm.
Need a Favor. I could play some of this if you want me to from in here.
Who's she?
She is the... the Judd that George says he's least attracted to.
Oh,
No,
I thought you said he performed with Anita Favor.
No,
Okay.
that's his song.
Okay.
I Need a Favor. Not Need a Favor.
Underrated. Okay. Here's some of this.
So who the hell am I to expect a savior? Oh, if I only talk to God when I need a favor. God, I need a favor.
They have big choir behind him.
Yeah, big choir and
I hope more than one. The beggars can't be choosers. But I paid for all I've done. Just please don't let me lose her. I only talk to God when I need.
the song goes on and on like that. Now, she sounded good. Like, I thought her voice sounded good.
Yeah,
it sounded fine.
Yeah.
But people are worried about her because when she walked out there, she was walking basically like Biden. I mean,
Come on, man.
she was very unsteady, and she just seemed really old and frozen in place almost. And the whole time she performed, she held on to Jelly Roll's sleeve and like his shoulder the whole time. She was very unsteady on her feet, and obviously people are very concerned about her because I think she is also had a... What's her history? Is it depression or drug usage? I know her mom had a history with depression, and her mom, as people probably know, took her own life fairly recently, a year ago or so.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see Winona out there like that, it just had people concerned.
She's only 59.
Yeah. Yeah, but her voice sounded good.
Yeah.
Now, Jelly Roll, I don't know what his story is.
He's big. He's huge.
Okay, let's listen to a little bit.
When I need a favor,
This is how he started the song.
and I only pray when I ain't got a prayer. So who the hell am I? Who the hell am I to expect a savior? Oh, if I only talk to God when I need a favor.
Had a good song, voice, didn't he?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
That wasn't a convincing
Jelly
answer.
That's
Roll
not
a
very
break.
convincing there, George.
No, I think he's
but
got
yet
talent,
you
yeah.
wouldn't even walk 20 feet to go see him perform in a conference room.
I
But
wasn't
yeah,
up here.
You're
I
really
wasn't
praising
up here
him.
at the time. I'd never heard of Jelly Roll. This is like 5 years ago. No one had heard of Jelly Roll.
Is that his real name?
Yes, first name Jelly, last name Roll.
No, I can't remember his real name.
And so he and Post Malone, are they kind of like what country will eventually look like? Facial tattoos and all that?
Maybe. I don't. Maybe.
All right. No problem with that. In local news, an elementary school security guard in Allen ISD left his gun in the restroom on accident.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Now, this happened on Tuesday morning. He left it in an adult restroom on campus. And I'm sure that has to be one of the safety protocols in place, right? That if you have a firearm, you're only allowed to go to the adult restrooms because I'm sure he had to unholster to do his unholy business. And that's why he left it in there.
Well, that's part of the problem if you want to call it a problem, if you have someone who's armed on campus, chance of something like this happening increases.
The district hired this company. He worked for a company called L&P Global Security, and of course they had to contract them to comply with the state law that requires armed personnel to be at all public school campuses. This gun was found like a minute later, because a minute later, a staff member from the elementary school went into that restroom and found the gun. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't in there unattended for very long. They issued a statement. We are committed to maintaining the trust that the Allen ISD and the public place in us to provide a safe environment. To that end, we are reviewing and reinforcing our safety and security protocols with all personnel. Our ongoing training will be augmented to include even more rigorous measures that emphasize the critical importance of firearm safety and control.
Okay.
All right.
I think we can get ChatGPT to write all those statements now, right?
Probably.
We don't need a human to do it. Chemical plant suffered an explosion in Texas once again. Gave horrible flashbacks to West. But this happened in Shepherd, Texas. Somebody using a forklift hit some chemicals and had an explosion at the chemical plant. They even had to evacuate a school through a pasture that was nearby that. They had to evacuate some buildings and then told other people to shelter in place as they tried to battle the fire. Okay, so Buc-ee's and 7-Eleven is going to get some competition here in North Texas. Have you ever heard of Casey's?
Yeah,
No.
I've seen those.
It's Iowa-based.
Yeah.
So maybe Michael Ducey may know about them. But they're known for, and this will also be a line in Craig's bio on Wikipedia at some point, known for pizza and clean bathrooms.
Hey, it's a good business model.
I'm okay if I'm known for that.
We're all looking for that, aren't we?
They
Good pizza and
purchased
clean bathrooms.
22 Lone Star food convenience stores and going to convert them into Casey's, which is the third largest U.S. convenience store chain.
Wow.
And it's the fifth largest pizza chain.
Wow.
So it's going to rebrand those stores and use it as a springboard to the rest of the state, they say.
Okay.
So they're coming. It's over. The actors and the Hollywood studios have agreed to a deal which would crank back up the $134 billion American movie and television industry.
Good.
Get it back going. There's 2 million Americans that work in that business, from actors to makeup artists, set builders, and location scouts, and all that, casting directors.
We're about to enter a long period of not much entertainment on TV. This is going to catch up, you know. Like I heard Yellowstone's, the conclusion of this latest season is going to be released next fall.
Dang.
Because of the strikes, the writers and then the actors. So everything's going to be pushed back for a while.
And a Picasso sold for $139.4 million. Doesn't set the record. I think the record is $179.4 million. But they sold it. It was a 1932 portrait. That's where rich people park their money, is in art.
Is that always a good investment? You buy a Picasso or a Rembrandt, it's always going to go up.
Yes, that and sports teams.
Yeah.
Oh, music.
And then this sentence, I'll end with this sentence that's in the Picasso story. Financial engineering and tight choreography have become an industry standard as higher prices collide with the headwinds of economic uncertainty.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Yes,
there you go.
yes.
All right, birthdays today. Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk, is 72. Rapper Peppa of Salt and Peppa is 59.
They're great.
Sing one of their songs.
Ooh, baby, 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 ooh, baby, baby, get up on this. How's that?
I don't think that's one of their songs.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
How could that
making
not
something
be?
up.
It does sound a little made up when he sings it, though.
Yeah.
Rapper
nailed it.
Scarface of Ghetto Boys is 53. Nick Lachey of 98 Degrees is 50. Aren't there Lachey brothers? Mm-hmm. What's the other one? Joe Jonas?
No, the other one is not Joe Jonas.
What's the other one?
Donny Osmond?
Yeah.
Dalton.
Whitey
Dalton
Herzog is 92.
Former Rangers
I
skipper.
didn't know he was still with us. But
Happy birthday. David Duvall, 52.
Oh, man.
Won the
My
British.
son loved David Duvall.
And you're up to date.
All right, that's Muse. But right now, we open the studio door and welcome in Shorty DeFazio, our sports memorabilia expert. Hey, Shorty.
What's going on, guys? Good to see you.
How are you?
Yeah, can I plug my store, my shop from the Northeast? It's called Hey, That's an Unusual Item.
Yeah.
And we sell whatnots and bric-a-bracs and all kinds of sports memorabilia up there.
Okay, up there in New York.
Hey,
huh?
listen, well, it's in the Northeast. So
All right.
it's like if you
Boston.
go north and take a right, you'll get there. Eventually.
Okay.
But you got to
Okay.
go far
That's
enough
pretty
north
general.
before you
Okay.
take a right. All right. Hey, I understand you boys got induced into the Texas Radio Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we got induced.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
a great honor. Yeah, my cousin, he's in the Radio Hall of Fame.
Who's that?
Y'all would know him. He's in a different market up there in the Northeast. But if
Yeah.
you're ever in Pennsylvania, go to the South Philly Radio Hall of Fame. Look for his name, Jimmy Amangel. He's in there.
That's your
Oh,
cousin?
wow.
He's in there.
Oh, we've heard of
he's
him.
been doing
Yeah.
a radio program show up there for like 20 years.
Yeah, you
something
kinda
like
sound
that.
like him.
Well, I brought you guys some, what do you mean? We sound totally different.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just thought we've listened to their show before. I thought you sounded like him.
Awkward.
Anyway, I brought some interesting items from the Texas Radio that the Texas Radio Hall of Fame may want. I don't know if they want
okay.
these or not, but I will sell them to them for a reasonable price.
All right.
Look at this here. This right here, this is Norm Hitchkiss's first microphone.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's basically a megaphone made from a prehistoric gourd. But that's how you used to have to broadcast back in the day.
Right.
$200 if anyone's interested in that.
Okay.
This is the microphone that Lee Harvey Oswald talked into when he said that a reporter asked him that question in the hall. How much is that? I may be interested in that.
Yeah, Gordon.
It's
Yeah,
too
Gordon.
expensive for you. Yeah, it's a historic item, so that'll be going for $500.
Wow.
It was authenticated by David Ferry. Yeah,
Oh.
they used to work together or something, didn't they? Yeah, I think. I don't know. Why is he talking? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, and this one may be of interest to some ticket fans.
Okay.
This is a montage.
A what?
A what? A montage of Bob Sturm's longest interview questions. So, in over 17 hours of audio, you will hear a countdown of Bob's top 20 guest questions that he's asked the whole time.
Okay.
That's $15. It's a digital copy. It's easy. I can
it's
get that
easy.
to you.
You know, you could
Hey,
donate these to the
Who
museum.
here likes the Cowboys? Lots
Oh,
of people
yeah,
like the
Cowboys.
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 How about a pair of Dak Prescott's game-worn cleats, size 12, width triple E? He steps out of bounds a lot in these. That's $100. Hey! Mike McCarthy play sheet. On one side is the plays. On the other side is a build-your-own Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity. Who doesn't love the hop, huh? It's authenticated by Andy Reid and Chili Davis. All right. Ladies, listen up. If you are an Eagles fan and you are a V-haver, you're going to want this. It's an actual brand new, unopened signature Nick Sirianni douchebag. Yeah. Can't imagine a better face to be on the box for a douchebag. Oh, hey. $20. Thank you, George, for the assist there.
Yeah.
Giving the cues there. All right. How about them World Series, huh?
How about
them World Series?
Everybody got a little of the Ranger fever around here,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Big congrats to the Texas Rangers. In my opinion, winning the World Series ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
That's right.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. That's why I got a few items here related to the Rangers. This is Bruce Bochy's saddle that he had on the horse that he flew out to Arizona so he could ride off into the night.
We've heard
to
of
have a moment of Riverside reflection. You've heard of this story?
We've heard of this, yeah.
Oh, my God. This was authenticated by the great-grandson of Roy Rogers. $1,500.
Interesting. Okay.
The contents of Nate Lowe's recycling bin the morning after the parade. $2,000.
Whoa, that's a lot of beer cans.
A lot of aluminum.
Hey, $2,000 sounds like a lot of money, but you got to understand there's over $1,500 worth of recyclable aluminum and glass in there. So, yeah, and then how about this? Adolis Garcia's home plate home run watching lawn chair. I actually got the one.
Wow, yeah.
It's $500.
He admired that one.
$500. A flask of John Daniel's tears. $200.
Okay, I don't think he was crying.
And then look at this, a whole manual here. Look at that. That's a thick. Look at that
Wow,
manual.
yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's the Arlington Parade Planning Services Guide to How to Throw a Parade. I'm going to let this go for 50 cents. Anybody?
Come on.
Anybody want it?
The best they
Nah,
could.
we're just having fun
It's
here.
fun. It's fun.
Congratulations to Arlington and the Rangers.
There he
Hey!
goes. Shorty DeFazio.
Thanks, Craig. We mentioned this early in the show today, but yesterday was a big anniversary. It was the anniversary of Daniel Rudy Rudiger making his only appearance in a Notre Dame football game when he recorded a sack, or at least half a sack, against Georgia Tech. And as huge Rudy fans, this show wishes him happy anniversary. What?
Not from this reporter.
Am I the only one that's had dinner with Rudy Rudiger?
I guess so.
Yeah, I had a fancy meal with Rudy one
Just
time.
the two of you?
No, it was a table. Gary Cogill had this dinner party, and he invited various people.
Interesting
there.
people.
Yeah. And Rudy got up and spoke.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
He was there.
Did he kind of overstate his accomplishments?
No, he recorded a sack for Notre Dame. That's more than you've ever done.
I don't know about that. I'm in Texas Radio Hall of Fame, Chief.
Oh, gosh. Now I got to hear this. Vomit. In People Say the Darndest Things today, the term sideline flight attendants was brought up, which sent us all into hypnosis. And it was someone whose spouse was referring to the people who go around with trays of Gatorade as sideline flight attendants, which is great. But it got me thinking, why don't they have other trays, like other people walking around with trays of like finger
Snacks?
foods for the players? Yeah, snacks, in-game energy. The guys need that, right? So
Yeah,
why don't they
get that
have
at
like
halftime
some
sometimes.
bacon wrapped shrimp or something like that going by on a tray?
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
How funny would that be to see, I don't know,
Bacon wrapped shrimp?
Terrence
No,
Steele
thanks,
or
I'm
somebody kind of picking through a tray? Let's see. Helmet
shrimp?
hanging down in his hand, and he's got his helmet off. That'd be great. What is it? Sushi rolls? Okay, good.
All right,
Okay,
those are good.
Sure. You know what? Yeah, sure. I'll have one. Yeah.
There'd be a lot of burping up on the field, I think.
Right. But looking over and seeing Tony Pollard teeth scraping off a chicken skewer.
Boy, those are always risky, aren't they? Those really long ones.
Yeah, I know. And for some reason, it seems like you shouldn't have the pointy end that goes in the mouth.
Yeah.
It should be the blunt end.
Yeah.
Going into the mouth, but
That
they
has
always
ribbon on it, though.
Yeah, I know. Why do we have to put ribbon on the end of toothpicks? The cellophane, the Easter
what is
basket
that?
stuff.
Just
We got to
it's
put
a
Easter
decorative
bunny
look that
grass
we all need, I guess.
on toothpicks.
What if Dak was caught by surprise and he got a chicken skewer, but it was time for the offense to hit the field, so he had to put it in his face mask, and then after the first play, he took it out and took a bite off it and then put it back in his face mask, like he does with his mouthpiece.
It'd be funny just seeing him getting called in, the offense getting called in as he's still picking off the tray, and he's like, oh, okay, and he's got to go, and he has to run and eat at the same time and do the cocktail napkin real quick with his hands.
Yeah, we
See
need
there?
snacks.
We need more snack trays on the sidelines. Okay, I mentioned that I thought that the Rangers should have had a parade whether they won the World Series or not. You're thanking your home team for providing all this entertainment and going so deep into the playoffs that you made it to the World
too
Series.
defeated.
Well, they did this in 2010. They had a Rangers rally.
Not a parade.
Wasn't a parade, but it was a rally,
I don't remember that.
which are very similar to parades. It's just the parade without all the unnecessary driving.
I think if they happen organically, like everyone goes to the airport and everyone welcomes them back. Who is this?
The organic Yeti that comes
Yeah,
out of
that's
the woods
happened.
If
growling.
they do it that way, hey, a great season and we love you and all that, that's great.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
It's kind of akin to your team losing in the championship game or something at home, and the fans stay and they give them a big hand and
Right.
they stay for a while, applause, team comes back out. That's happened, but I've never heard of a parade for the losing team.
Well, this rally that they had in 2010, Chuck Greenberg spoke, Nolan Ryan, John Daniels, Ron Washington, and a number of Rangers players.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, had it in a parking lot.
Now,
Kroger.
I don't know if that's in the ballpark, but
I will
Radigan was master of ceremonies. He was MC.
I will say this. I do remember a parade for the Browns that went 0-16 a few years ago. Remember that? They
did?
The Cleveland fans had a parade. I don't know
Okay.
how many of the Browns players
Yeah, would you show up to
were
that?
there,
You should do that at the end of every season, no matter what the record is. It's a way to thank the team.
That it's not about wins and losses.
Yes. It's about providing sports entertainment.
Jerry would like that if it's not about wins and losses.
P1 Michael corrects me. I guess I've been saying her name Winona. It's Wynona. You got to say Wynona.
Okay.
Why?
She was at the CMAs last
Say
night.
that I have hot takes on her. I
You
don't.
did. There's something to it. Craig, didn't something happen?
I got to meet her, and I said she was very nice, and then you insert a joke every time you bring it.
No, there was something weird about
No,
when you
there's
came back
nothing weird
down
about
and you
it.
uttered a line or something.
To slam deliciously.
She said that you said she smelled ripe or something like that.
Oh, gosh. I don't talk like that. That's you.
But anyway, Michael corrects me on the pronunciation and says that he's been a fan of Y.
It's pronunciation.
And the Judds for a long time. And he says that she's had vertigo for a while, so maybe that's why she was trying to steady herself on Jelly Roll when they were singing together. And I saw that she posted a video, I think late last night, from some private jet, PJ. And she says that the explanation for why she was so unsteady and hanging on to Jelly Roll was not vertigo. It was that she was nervous. She said she was just nervous because she loves Jelly Roll so much, she wanted to do a good job for him. And that's why she was so nervous that she couldn't even stand up.
I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Dude.
Who the heck is Jelly Roll?
Well, you know who he is.
She's
George.
been on
He
stage
performed
with
here
every
before.
big name in that
I know.
genre.
That's the
Bigger
explanation
stars
she
than
gave.
Jelly
okay?
Roll.
This reporter isn't buying
Okay,
it.
stop being a Winona PJ Truther. PJ Truther checking in. Leo says we need more episodes of Vlad to Be Home. The new sitcom from George Dunham Productions.
That's Gordon Keith production.
No, your production company that tries to humanize horrific world leaders.
I see some of the other names they came up with, the P1s.
Yeah, okay, there was Vlad to Be Home. There was Putin Up With It, which is
Putin Up With It.
Vlad having to put up with
putting up
his
all the
wife,
noise.
who's always bugging him. William says that he would love to hear a couple scenes with Putin as dad. Here's a sitcom idea. The episode where he gets no traction on family movie night for his choice.
No?
Why is no one
What's wrong
watching
with
my
Die Hard?
movie?
It's
It's
totally
my
different
turn.
movie.
It's my
Totally
turn to pick a
different types of
movie, and you're sitting there. You're on your phone. You will love this movie. It's Stripes. It's Bill Murray at his peak.
9,000 Ukrainian civilians have been killed
Well,
because of Putin's ego.
I know, but
9,000.
That's
Vlad, get in here! What's this mess on my kitchen table? Got wires and cords everywhere. Please leave it. I'm in the middle of organizing the all our adapters and cords. I'm trying to get them all separated out. You moved my centerpiece, Natasha. I'll put it back. We got 1,000 USB minis, and I'm looking for a lightning. Okay. I swear I bought 4 dozen lightning cables. Can't find the one. Everything in this house walks off. I swear. I want my table put back.
see the other suggestion?
What?
To call it Putin on the Ritz.
Yeah, I made that gif of the rolling Ritz cracker, and
the
he's
Ritz
sitting on
cracker.
top of it, and it's...
I can't wait for your next sitcom when you humanize the Columbine shooters. When's that coming out?
We're not trying to... We're not humanizing
To make them a little more
We're-
lovable.
We're exposing him
Right.
for having
How?
conflict even within his own house.
Right, that he can't have
Right.
peace with anybody. That's what we're trying to point out.
Expose him!
Especially her.
Jesus, Natasha, I just fixed the Totinos. Look, you had me getting Christmas from the attic for so long the hut closed.
We got to go. We'll ask Brian Jones about it. See if
Yeah.
he thinks it's a good idea.
Give me 5 minutes. I just put on the Mark Rober video. Come on.
Okay, that's the corner.
Get
The Musers.
podcast at patreon.com/sportsgreek.
We have Matt and Mino in studio. And now we need some friends. So
Hello,
let's see if we have a Corby.
Here.
Do we have a Bob?
Hey now.
And do we have a Moose?
Hey, sports fans, I love you.
All right. All of our friends are here, and we are ready to pick some games. Let's go over the standings before we pick games. And a remarkable season of Picks with Friends because everyone is separated by 4 games. Corby won the week at 8-2. He is now in first place, 52-38 after 90 games. George, after a 4-6 week, is now in second place, 1 game behind at 51-39. Mino went 7-3 last week. He is 49-41 and a 3-way tie for last place.
Nice.
Bob, who went 4-6 last week at 48-42. Matt, who went 4-6 last week at 48-42. And Donovan, who went 7-3 and is at 48-42. It is tight. How you boys feeling?
Not good. This makes me nervous that everybody's doing so good.
Yeah.
Usually 500 will keep you out of last place by a significant margin, and everyone is at least 6 games over 500.
It's incredible.
I don't like this.
Big
messing
winners.
up my strategy.
Making a lot of money this year.
Or you're not.
Hey, we don't have any Thursday night games this week, do we? Because I forgot to pick TCU Tech last
I
night.
did
we
too.
all did.
Yeah, it was a curveball thrown by Travis, and I don't like
Oh,
it.
you did? Oh, I triple played it and won it. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I know.
No Thursday night games this week. The first game is Saturday at 11 a.m., so you have time to think about it. So we go from first to worst, so we can pick games. We need your Cowboy pick. Cowboys and Giants. Cowboys favored by 16.5 over the Giants, and we'll need your triple play. So, Corby, you're number 1. You go.
Well, I believe, sports friends, that the Dallas Cowboys contest is a pretty easy pick as they have killed people at home. And now they're playing a quarterback named Tommy Cannoli. Or
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Steve Pizza. And
Steve Pizza.
I'm going to go ahead and take those Cowboys.
Homer.
That sounds Italian.
I like
Homer.
it. I like that.
And for my triple play, I'm going to triple play the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Are you a Cowboy?
16.5.
Uh-oh.
That's it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Mic drop.
You think Tommy DeVito took him out?
Yeah, right. Calling him Tommy Pizza or whatever.
It's a Tommy DeVito.
Corby's dial-up strikes again.
Why you are picking against me?
All right, George, you're next. Oh, no, Corby.
Gosh. Yeah, I too like the Cowboys. And by the way, P1's nothing but winners this week at 877 Sports Moose.
Well, you went to 4-6 last week,
Cowboys
so.
And Cowboys big. 30-10, that would be a cover, would it not? So, yeah, I'll go Cowboys. And for my triple play, sorry, Bob, but I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers laying 3 against the Pack.
I'm so offended.
Yeah, sorry, Bob. We know how much you love the Packers.
Yeah.
Stop picking against the Packers.
All right, Mino, you're up.
16.5 for the Cowboys against the Giants with Steve Pizza starting at quarterback. This line could be 17.5, and I would still take the Cowboys. So give me the Cowboys.
Courage.
Bold.
And for my triple play, Quinn Ewers back at quarterback this week with the Texas Longhorns.
I like it.
The spread at 10. Give me my Longhorns. Horns up, baby. Horns up.
You have a lot of
That
teams.
line could be 10.5,
horny
and
on
I would
Twitter.
still take Texas.
I like that. Bold.
What ball's on you?
Boy, the danger.
Big.
The Big 12 refs trying to screw the Longhorns on the way
I
out
know.
the door.
You're, not only are you playing TCU, you're playing
They're on their way
referees.
to the college football playoff.
Night
So,
game at
refs be
TCU,
damned.
last
Yeah, they
stand.
I'm hearing that one of the TCU receivers is going to have a handgun, and when he catches the ball, he's going to run down the field and shoot the Texas players, and the refs aren't going to call it.
A little last
Well,
Boy
last
Scout.
Boy Scout.
They're going to call a penalty on Texas
Is Damon
for not
Williams gonna be
avoiding
there?
the bullets.
Right.
Then they're
For
going
not
to
observing 2A rights.
think Bruce Willis is going to be brought in to handle the case, isn't he?
That'll be interesting.
Probably.
Hey, Bob, I haven't watched the news in a couple of days. Has everyone stopped crying in Norman yet this week?
Here we go. Ooh. Here we go.
I think so. They're too busy making signs that say they've beat Oklahoma State 91 other times, so this one doesn't matter that much.
It's true. It is true.
Bob, you're up.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
What are you guys doing?
You want to take Pittsburgh?
No, I do not want.
Okay.
I would
just wondering. Just asking.
There's there are very few scenarios under which I would pick the Green Bay Packers, but let me tell you, on those same lines, I will be taking a team that is home this weekend that has hit some rough times, some rough patches, and maybe carefully considering a coaching change. But you know what? They haven't had all season. They haven't had me in the building. So give me Texas A&M against Mississippi State, who has already packed it in for this season. They know it's over. A&M laying 18.5 at Kyle Field in a night game. Mississippi State not even going to show up, I understand. And we're taking the Aggies big in that one.
Okay.
Yeah, who would ever think that Mississippi State would pack it in at the beginning of November?
Yeah, watch out.
Well, just you know what, you walk into that hornet's nest and you just don't know what you're going to deal with. And then, of course, yes, the Cowboys against Phil Esposito and the New York Giants. I like the Cowboys big in that one.
Nice. All right, Matt, you're up.
Oh, big play. It's just big money here, like everybody else. Why be the guy who doesn't stay in line? I will always take the Cowboys. 16 and a half.
Cowboy?
I think Matt is a cowboy.
I am.
Yeah, he
might
is.
be a cowboy.
Why don't you
Sounds
put
like
your pinky out to celebrate that?
You know
like
what,
you
though?
celebrate Rockwall.
You know what?
It's not their
you know what's
sign.
happened though here in the last 6 months or 18 months really when we brought on Davey. The additions of Davey and Mino and McLaren now. We really needed
We have
the
a lot of white
rah-rah
people.
hosts. We needed the rah-rah local hosts/fans to join. We have all gotten so complacent with
Yes.
the local team. It's good to have a little bit of yes,
Someone
we
to
do
laugh
love,
at when your team loses.
Yeah, right,
Yes,
right.
well,
we do love the
research-
local teams.
Here I
That's
am.
y'all.
Yeah, it is. It's true.
I mean, I got what
Research
happened
was
in
showing
Lambeau Field.
You know,
We didn't
By
have
like a
enough homers on the
12-year-old.
station.
We didn't have near enough homers. We had all gone. We were too old and crusty and
bitter.
Yes, yes.
Built
We
up
needed
over
some
the
guys
years.
that would fit into the owner's back pocket. And
Right.
here they are.
Hey, Bob, have you experienced the Matt McLaren game watching?
Only from a brief moment or two on one of the early pre and post opportunities. I'm very intrigued by Matt. He interests me greatly, so I'm going to try to keep an eye on this.
Okay. It's incredible.
He
Just the
seems to
whole
like
game.
all of the home teams a lot.
Then he hates them. Then he loves them. Then he hates them. Then he loves them.
But always love.
He also appears to have a difficult time bridling his emotions, but there's nothing wrong with that.
That's true. I'm very an emotional person. But yes, Cowboys to win. 16 and a half, they'll cover.
Such a homer.
Everybody else chose it.
Well, you're a homer.
So? And then my triple play, I'm going to take the triple on Michigan with the 4.5 on the road at Penn State.
Whoa!
Michigan's good, man. They're really good, and I think they'll win by at least 5.
Hot sports
By at least 5.
So give me the Wolverines and cheating Harbaugh.
If they don't cover and you lose your triple play, you have to listen to an entire Beastie Boys
I
album.
can't hear what you just
In
said.
the bath.
Nope. No.
I'll tell you what.
with your brothers.
He's wrong about Beastie,
Beastie
Boys, but
Brothers.
he's right about Brass Monkey. Easily their worst song.
Well, he
Terrible.
doesn't even care about Brass Monkey. He's saying the group in general.
Yeah, he's wrong.
No, I'm
It's
not.
okay though. It's okay.
Tens of people agree with me.
All right, it's on me. I too will take the Cowboys. Oh, what's wrong with you?
Oh, God, do you have a Cowboys
My
tattoo on your
God.
back?
Such a homer.
Donnie Cowboy?
You are Donnie.
I guarantee you that's somebody's name, so I don't want to infringe on that. And for my triple play, look no further than South Florida.
Nice, the Bulls.
The Bulls are taking on the Owls of Temple. Put a bull and an owl in a cage, and who's going to come out a winner? Huh?
What is he doing?
I'm asking
What is he
you.
doing?
Who's going to come out a winner?
The owl, I would guess.
Maybe.
Because the owl could just fly away.
I mean,
Get me the hell out of here.
it can turn its head all the way around.
Give me the Bulls favored by 7 over the Temple Owls. South Florida, baby. Triple play.
Donnie Bull.
Donnie
Bill
Bull.
Cosby is not happy.
Why? Oh, he went to Temple? Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Something?
I hope so. I hope you wake up with his feet in your mouth.
The big toe.
God, that would be disgusting.
What it?
I know.
What
But
if
he's
he
wearing
did
like a real cool HBUC sweater or something
A
like
what?
that.
A what?
HB, sorry.
What was that again?
Yeah, a black guy thing.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Ham, don't play that.
I'm just kidding. Man. What's that sweater again, Corby?
It's your mom's. Just shut up.
Oh, hang on. Wait
a minute.
My phone is ringing. She's calling me again. Yeah, Corby, racist? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Mom, you're right. Love you. Thank you for calling. Bye.
And what? He's a bitch?
And he's a bitch. Yeah, Mom. That's right. Corby is a bitch. Corby bitch. Congratulations, Bob. You're no longer a bitch in my mom's eyes. Corby. That triple play that on your ass. All right. Thank you, friends. I love you.
Bye, friends. Shout out to your mom.
But right now, we slide into the DMs, and Justin sends news.
Hey, Monty, send news.
It just ends, huh? Thank you, David.
Thank you, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, Sean. So, I think we have two themes that I will always try to bring back up. We have a good story. One's problems on the plane, whether it be backside, or I guess front side, whatever way you ruin the plane, or if a bear does something awesome.
Like awesome good or awesome bad? Or both?
I guess it depends on your perspective. Sometimes it's awesome for you. Other times it's awesome for the bear.
Can I call an emergency nothing but the truth real quick?
Please do.
Kids aren't as afraid of bears as they should be. Because we just make them out to be way too cute in cartoons.
That's probably because 95% of people will never have an interaction with a bear. Maybe even a higher percentage.
We just have to be ready for the worst, though. Like, even if you go into a nice lodge and there's a huge stuffed bear, you're like, oh, that's cute. Like, that thing will rip you to pieces.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. I will never have an interfacing with a bear. Positive. It'll never happen. So I'm not too worried about it.
This is when Bob would say, oh, so
Brian
Justin,
Urlacher.
Yeah, Justin Fields isn't just going to walk
Mike
into the
Singletary
studio.
was up
That's
here
what
one
Bob
day.
would say. That's not what I'm saying.
Just want you to know.
If Ham wasn't going number 2 right now, we'd end the whole segment.
Which, by the way, that's news in this news segment, that Ham's in the bathroom.
Yeah, he tried to go during the break, but
we jinxed him this week.
He had to, I guess they were cleaning it. But we had a bear in Florida. It's even better if you get accompanying video, which we have.
All right.
So a family in Orlando orders Uber Eats, gets some Taco Bell. The Uber Eats driver drops the food off. A couple minutes later, here comes the bear, probably just ripping an apple, and decides, I need a Mexican pizza and a gordita crunch, and he takes the food bag. Then, a minute or two later, comes back for the drinks.
He's got to wash it.
It gets a little dry.
Got to get this Baja Blast.
Damn, bro, no sour cream. It's all dry now.
At least there's Mountain Dew over there.
Yeah. So I love especially when bears go to eat human food, because we've had that before too, where they went in and I think stole White Claws out of the person's fridge.
They were just hammered.
Seems like you get a jacuzzi like camera shot every now and again of a bear. Just
love the Ring doorbell video.
Living life.
And that's what we have here. Yeah, is the Ring doorbell of the bear walking up and getting the Taco Bell.
Yeah, I don't know how I would react if I just ran into one in the wild.
I mean, if it's taking my Taco Bell, I'd probably be like you said. I'd have my guard down and be like, "Yeah, dude, you want to come in?"
Does it feel like bears are getting too comfortable interacting with us now?
I mean, they have less and less space as we go forward.
We're probably taking their.
It's really our fault.
And looking at the video, this looks like suburbia. I mean, it's probably a really nice house. They have a nice manicured front yard with some trees. But I'm guessing there's many cars up and down the block.
In Florida?
Many houses up and down the block to where you wouldn't even imagine a bear being part of the equation.
He just snatches it like it's his, man. It's awesome.
So a bear in Florida.
Like, I wonder if the Uber driver knew there was a bear around there. Like, did he see the bear? It's not like the food was sitting there for hours. I mean, the bear had to be somewhat close when the food got dropped off.
And this looks like what? Maybe a black bear? It's a smaller one.
Yeah, it's a black bear.
Okay. They say black bears aren't deadly. That's what they tell you.
$45 worth of Taco Bell.
It's a lot of Taco Bell.
That's at least 4 family.
Man. Yeah, that's... The only thing that would make me upset is now I have to reorder my nacho fries. And I gotta wait for them to send it back. But man, I don't know. I think I'd try to domesticate that guy. You're right.
The bear?
Just leave him out tacos.
Bear. Maybe get a little tricycle so you can learn to ride.
Yeah. I'll build him a little chalupa feeder.
Just go swimming with him.
It'd be sweet.
You're just tossing a Mexican pizza like a Frisbee and he's eating it.
Yeah, throwing him cinnamon twists.
High five.
You just hear this loud bellowing, Diablo sauce. Oh, bears, you're awesome.
All right. I like bear stories.
Yeah.
High five, Rex.
More bears?
Way more bears. We need way more bears.
The bear news.
So we have a couple of wheels-off criminals. One guy is in jail after he was busted a few weeks prior and had the drugs on him seized. He gets released, doesn't have to go to the slammer, but it'll be pretty cool if I had some drugs.
Also a childish term.
Slammer?
What, the slammer?
A little bit.
That guy.
I don't know. I felt pretty cool and grown up saying it, so I don't know.
I think slammer sounds pretty hard.
What about the big house?
Yeah, the big house.
The big house.
The clink.
The clink. The pokey.
Yeah.
Pokey. Those just sound old man terms.
Yeah.
And it's going to end up in the pokey.
Yeah, we need to find what the most childish way to refer to a prison as, but I don't know what that is. But, yeah, so Lyric Wynn, apparently that's
downtown.
his name, a Pennsylvania man, was in court after trying to sneak back into jail to retrieve the drugs he had seized from him. At that point, you have a problem, right? Like, you probably need to go visit some professionals to help you with your addiction. If you're breaking into jail, you're like, I know there's one spot in the county that has drugs. It's evidence lockup.
Maybe they're just like, there's no way they're going to catch me here, right?
Right. Yeah, you just sneak in, say you got to go to the bathroom.
Like, they're out combing the streets for this. They're not going to think we're actually going to go inside the jail to get this and then leave.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be a good cop, man. If I knew what all was in evidence lockup.
Yeah, like after the trial's done and the sentence has been levied, so you can just have this extra brick of cocaine.
Yeah, what do they do with those big bricks? Like, you know, when you have the big seizure and they lay out all the big...
the drugs on the table?
But what do you do with it?
You
can't just flush it.
You have to take the knife and cut it open and put some on your gums just to make sure.
Yeah, that you're not getting stepped on S.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Do they just flush it down the toilet?
They have controlled burns for some stuff, but some they keep in evidence for trial, and then other stuff they use it for, like stings.
Oh.
So they have some on hand.
In case he's like performing here?
I want to be a part of a sting.
There's so much skimming off the top, though.
Right.
And
from Vic Mackey and his
damn
crew.
near every police department in the country.
So I'm saying, I think I'd be a bad cop. I'd be in there. Maybe not getting drugs, but if I found out some dude had like a PS5 confiscated.
Like, yeah, have y'all seen Mr. Smith's PS4? I don't know.
You're just in the evidence room.
Yeah, bringing a TV,
playing some Halo.
I'd like to see you in an interrogation room, just playing good cop, bad cop with Ham. Like, where were you Thursday night?
I think Justin would be a great good cop. Ham would be a sneaky good bad cop. Like, you think Ham's unassuming, it's just Ham. He's like,
I think Ham could play
Ham
both
would be
ways.
like-
I could break him.
Ham would be like, you wait. As soon as he gets back from the bathroom, we're gonna lay into you, bud. Don't worry, I'm never leaving.
Justin would be the good cop because he would leave to go to the bathroom, and then you get the one-on-one time, get the confession.
Ham's hitting him with a phone book.
It's like, listen, all right, well, he takes his coat off, puts it over the camera. This is off the record here.
Ham slugs him over the head.
We're not recording now. Now tell me what really happened.
I don't think many criminals would be too intimidated by me and Ham. We would never crack any cases ever.
I want that to be a primetime Fox show.
Yeah,
this fall.
that sounds like a
Monty
Funny or
and
Die
Ham.
skit.
Monty and Ham.
Ham and I trying to break a criminal. Our other wheels off criminal is the Virginia Bird Bandit. So a Virginia man named Hector Rios has been pulling off a string of robberies accompanied by 3 quacking parrots on his hat.
Okay.
Interested?
So he entered a McDonald's in August. He pulled a knife on a victim, robbed him of money, and you can see in the CCTV footage or whatever, him standing there, and he has a big, like, cowboy hat with 3 birds standing on it.
Hey, yo, what up, bird?
And then he goes after that and sticks up a convenience store, which I don't really understand.
So is his idea that people are going to be focused on the birds too much to not identify his face?
Maybe. I guess the second, he takes off the hat, he's no longer the suspect anymore.
Because so many other criminals have parrots.
He's gone.
Fixed atop their hat.
It's
Yeah,
like
if
he's
you're
in a
trying to
police
quickly
lineup
change-
and they're all putting parrots on their hats.
Yeah, can you put a bald eagle on him?
4, can you walk forward? No, the bird's not right.
I mean,
It's
I think
not him.
if you can convince 3 parrots to stay on your hat while you walk around, you have some kind of skills that maybe could be put to good use. So, don't...
Are the parrots culpable? Like, could they be tried?
Bird law.
Put them on the stand.
Yeah, bird law is not governed by reason.
But would you want
I think
parrots?
they could testify.
They're the only birds that can talk.
They try to turn against each other.
Yeah, they're all just
putting it on
flipping.
each other.
Imagine the
Like,
prosecutions
nah, it's
be
Polly.
like, I got to do what? I have to cross-examine a parrot?
Bird?
Excuse me?
Boy, yeah, they would flip on each other so quickly.
Played the 5th.
Our last
Played the
story
fifth.
here. A Brazilian influencer and reality TV star, Luana Andrade, passed away following a botched operation. She was having knee liposuction.
She had fat knee?
She had fat knee. She
a
was
tough
29
one.
years old.
How do you spell her name?
Luana, and then Andrade.
Okay.
You're not going to look at her and be like, man, if only she didn't have that giant knee.
I just want to see some fat knees, all right?
Mm-hmm.
She died.
Yeah, her knees aren't really that fat.
Yeah, I could deal with that.
You wouldn't tell
could
her to
work with
risk
it.
her life to get
Nah.
rid of her fat knee?
No.
But
Well, yeah.
R.I.P. to the Andrade family.
Yeah. Tough one.
Damn.
There are in our thoughts. All
All
right,
right.
Justin. That
Thank
was
you.
that was fun news. I like the bear story. I
Yeah.
like good bear news.
I got to look out for more bears. So it just ends, huh?
Once again, the ticket presents Why Today Doesn't Suck.
This guy sucks.
And now, here are your hosts, Sean Bass and David Mino.
It just ends, huh?
That's me. There's a rap song about me. It's the Sweet Spot, Sean Bass, David Mino, and at 2:59, Ham.
Thank you, Mino. Eatsy's Marketing Bakery and Sante Center for Healing brings you Parrot Detective J. Monty.
Thank you, fellow parrot detective.
Oh, heavens. Everything okay over there?
It's closed.
Wow. We're good.
Did you lose
We're
your,
safe.
You lose your snacks?
Yeah, my cracker and my Coke.
After school Corby.
They're totally 3 o'clock.
Well, there's Corby with his cracker and his Coke.
Corby.
Got Dave and Bob.
Bob.
They are the Hardline. Today is Thursday, November the 9th, the 313th day of 2023. There are 52 days left in the year.
Yeah.
On this date in 1620, the passengers and crew of the Mayflower sighted Cape Cod.
Would you trade places with them? Like they're part of history. Well, why not?
Could they run for 100 yards
Not
in
enough
a
chicken.
game?
I'm sure they had plenty of chicken.
Did they roll
wow.
baseball league?
Pork.
Yeah, who's the most athletic pilgrim?
I don't know.
Could any of them-
Name a pilgrim.
Bo Pilgrim.
Yeah.
You don't think there was like a TJ Watt Twitch level
No
on the
way.
Mayflower?
No way. They were all...
He just doesn't know what to do with these skills.
All right, if you guys were on that boat and you made it over there and you survived, how quickly, with the knowledge that you have right now, would you start trying to form leagues and be like, I'm the owner, by the way. I got this.
I would go ahead and call myself a governor.
I think
You could say owner back then.
I think owner was pretty charged
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Well, mine would get away with it, though. We all could.
Yeah, we all could say owner.
Yeah, I probably would.
The main problem is all the chicks on the Mayflower look like TJ Watt.
Yeah.
What sport would we invent first?
They just all have scurvy.
And then, I don't know.
Would we do?
Would
yeah,
we do
you go.
football,
Yeah,
but
you do it opposite. You go pickleball first.
just get it out of your system.
Yeah,
Give
You're
it a
gonna
good
love
5
And
years.
then one day we'll unfurl tennis.
yeah.
It'll be all the rage.
Yeah, there's tennis. It's giant pickleball,
Tennis.
man.
Think of all the training facilities you could open up for all the kids. I mean, it's endless.
Could start the steroid era in like 1690.
You could still start Dominican camps that year, too. 1600s?
That's true.
Do you think if you invented hockey back then, instead of the penalty box, you'd have penalty stocks? And you'd put them up in the...
Yeah, you got to stick your head in there.
Yeah, your little arms and your little skates.
People are throwing lettuce at you.
Calling you a witch.
On this date in 1799, the coup of 1819 began in Paris, marking Napoleon's rise to power and the end of the French Revolution.
It's cool.
But then
Made a whole movie about it.
Indy and Corby would walk up and be like, I know what you're doing here, man. It's me. It really is me.
You and Squanto.
Here's a
You
blanket.
pick 'em bad. Yeah. Just throw a blanket on it. No, I know what's happening here.
Oh, you want to give us a nice meal? Oh, that's going to be sweet. Thanks. Appreciate it. And that's when the song gets written.
Yeah,
Right then.
then. I also invent guitar.
No, get those loots out of here. I got a brand
Yeah.
new kick-ass. It's called electric guitar, bro. In 1888, Jack the Ripper's infamous killing spree in the Whitechapel district of London's East End came to an end.
What if Start Me Up became the national anthem?
I would definitely push for that. All right, look, guys. So much change.
How'd it end?
He only killed like 3 people, right?
3 or 4.
I think he ripped more than that.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought
that's-
it was more than that. Am I wrong?
Was it?
Let's see.
I'd like if we go back in time, the new national anthem would be Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty embarrassed to report I've
Hey,
taken
Francis.
the tour like 4 times, and I don't really know.
He only
anything.
killed 5 women.
Yeah. That's like
Pretty
a Tuesday.
overrated.
Prostitutes.
Which that's like
Yeah, just
one man in your
prostitutes.
eyes, right?
Come on.
The 5
5
to 1
women
ratio.
to one man.
I would definitely try to invent jogging shoes to give to all the women. Right?
So they can
Here.
run
Be
more.
nice and fit.
Here, guys.
Do you think the cardio of the average female pilgrim was impressive? Like they did a lot of stairs and
No,
that's
she's dipping candles.
hill work.
yeah,
Here's
that's
something called a razor. This will be great.
Yeah. A lot of changes, kids. With old Uncle Corby.
A lot of abs,
Yeah.
Let's see. On this date,
a lot of yoga pants.
in 1984, Wes
Great
Craven's
Lululemon.
A Nightmare on Elm Street released in American theaters, introducing moviegoers to the villain Freddy Krueger. That make you scared to fall asleep?
It definitely, yeah.
Get the Krugman.
There were
coming
some
after you?
problems
Really?
with that.
None of those were good.
They were terrible. I
They're
bet I was
awful.
14 or something when it came out, and we all went to see it, like snuck in there.
Still
Bro.
better than Friday the 13th.
Big swarm.
Which was Friday the 13th.
May the 9th.
Absolutely terrible. Terrible.
Let's see. In 1985, Gary Kasparov, 22-year-old, defeated Anatoly Karpov to become the youngest male world chess champion.
Did he use the butt buzzer?
Checkmate.
No, the butt buzzer is a newer thing. I guess you could go back and, if we're time traveling,
Yeah.
go ahead and do the.
I definitely
chest
would
butt
introduce
buzzer.
the butt buzzer on the Mayflower. Just be like, here, what's it for?
We're just getting ahead of everything.
Yeah.
It's for pickleball.
First invention. Yeah, it's for pickleball.
It's fun. Just try it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's
don't
really
knock it.
helping me.
Is that what Jim Harbaugh's been using?
We don't know. We'll find out soon.
Maybe today.
You see those khakis rattling? In 1989, communist East Germany threw open its borders, allowing citizens to travel freely to the West for the first time in decades.
Was it 1989, right?
What I
Yes.
just said. That's what I just said. In 2011, after 46 seasons as Penn State's head football coach, Joe Paterno was fired along with university president Graham Spanier over their handling of child sex abuse allegations against former assistant coach Jerry Sandusky.
Not Joe Pa's fault.
Let it be known, I predicted his death would occur in less than a year, which it did. It took him down. And Bob
Way to
Knight.
go, Snake.
Took Bob Knight down, too.
He'd still probably be coaching if it wasn't for, all the stuff. Yeah.
And
The
see, in
shower
2016,
stuff.
Golden State makes 17 of 33 three-pointers in a 116-95 blowout of the Dallas Mavericks. Teammates Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green all make 4 three-pointers apiece. They're the first team to have 4 players hit 4 three-point shots in one game. And in 2021, 105-year-old Julia Hawkins sets a world record as the first woman and first American her age to run 100 meters in the Louisiana Senior Olympic Games.
You never do. And then she struck out Javi Baez.
With a mean,
Poor Javi.
sweeper.
He just
Off
can't
the
hit.
table.
Yeah.
What was her time?
His chase rate is.
It doesn't have the time on here, just that she did it.
11
She looks
minutes.
good.
Yeah.
What about 3
Would
hours?
you?
Hell yeah.
107? Sure.
Break a hip.
107. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'd probably throw a leg on it.
Which one?
The leg.
It'd be an honor for both of us.
Did you just throw a leg at me?
She doesn't look a day over 77.
What's her name?
Julia Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
Looking her up.
Yep.
Julia Hawkins only
See if she got any
fans.
nude. I mean,
Oh my God!
she's running with him, dragging on the cement.
Cement.
Cement, yeah.
Cement.
That is unbelievable. Is she still alive?
Yes.
That sports
Was that the
bra's
bit?
doing a lot of work.
Back in April, I believe.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
For 107.
107. She's a little wafy. A little wafy, Ty.
She was holding out for the Rangers to win it all.
Now she can die in peace.
Yeah.
She's from
Rangers.
Louisiana. Might be a Ranger fan.
I thought you were going to say a racist. Like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. 107? Probably so.
Like,
All right.
she's got to destroy her age group that doesn't exist.
I was going to say,
100 plus.
I'd go watch that, though.
Or is there like a Clubber Lang training female 107-year-old version of Clubber Lang?
It's like 99, just waiting for her next birthday to take down Julia.
You told me there were 10 100-year-old ladies racing in the plaza right now. I would say, what are we still doing here?
I know. I'm down there for sure.
Just throw on Rotten Radio and let's go.
Let's
down.
go.
I might watch.
Get our popcorn
Matter of
ready.
fact, I know I would be more inclined to watch 10 ladies race that were over 100 years old than I would the Olympics.
You're not alone.
Thank you.
In fact,
Like they're doing all the events.
They should make the Olympics the oldest living people of each country competing.
For supremacy.
How many meters of a head start would you have to give her against Usain Bolt? 80?
I bet he hadn't run in a while, so you don't know. 80?
Yeah.
Dude, I think he could catch her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on day
In a
50 of the
sprint?
marathon.
Yeah, they have to run a marathon. God, Dave,
It'd be
you
like
could,
97.
you'd kill her in the marathon.
Go, Dave. Totally.
What pride.
All right, P1 birthdays today. Greetings, Monty. P1 Clayton here from Lee's Summit, Missouri.
Her running.
This weekend is my Seth Curry / Ben Bishop / Nathaniel Lowe birthday. As
Big
I
3-0.
The big 3-0. My leaders are Capel Bob and Bragging Corby. Drop request. I would like to hear Corby and Bob tell me where the New York Giants will finish in the 2023 NFC East standings.
Okay. So
Bottom.
after having
She
seen
looks great,
her
man.
run,
Yeah.
she would need to. Usain Bolt would need to give her 90 yards.
Like, that doesn't look like a 100-year-old run.
No, it doesn't.
What does it look like?
Like Fernando.
Yeah.
She's kind of
Band-Aids on.
She's kind of mall walking.
It kind of looks like if Fernando
Well, what do you
was
expect?
jogging across the street when the light turned green.
Yeah.
Like, he's just kind of got some giddy up.
Sure, everyone knows what that looks like.
Do you think Micah Parsons could tackle her?
Just hits her. And a cloud of dust goes up. Looks like LeBron pregame.
But she gets by Terrence Steele first.
She's
Gets
in the
to
I
backfield.
formation with a lead blocker just to see what happens.
Also, hey, Monty, today is Harry's 29th birthday. He would love to hear Mino fall out of his chair. Thanks and Queef forever.
All right.
Birthdays today. Co-star of The King of Queens, Lou Ferrigno, 72.
The great Lou Ferrigno.
He was Doug's neighbor for a while.
He was in the Schwarzenegger documentary.
Was he
for
the
a brief time?
Was he the Hulk in King of Queens?
He played himself.
Yeah, he was the neighbor.
My chair.
Oh my God!
I fell over.
I fell over.
Man.
She eats
Slow
bananas,
motion.
yogurt, vegetable soups and salads, beans and lentils as meat alternatives, and ham. Hydration, the importance of water.
One day Ham's going to be 107, and he's going to quote what he eats.
You don't want to run, though.
Chicken, Dr. Pepper,
And drumming.
candy.
TV producer Ryan Murphy, 58. He put together shows like Glee, American Horror Story, 911,
And Rangers Live.
911.
and Dahmer.
Rooms to Go Lounge.
Ooh.
And Dahmer. The guy who made Glee also made Dahmer.
Very funny show.
Dahmer?
Yeah.
Were any of you subjected to Glee?
No.
Consider yourself lucky.
No. Did you have to watch
I saw
that
a couple
whole thing?
episodes.
My wife's a music teacher. Yes, I had to watch that.
In real time?
It was terrible.
Now sit
Aren't
down
they-
and watch
aren't they
your
all
Glee,
dead now?
Did you
Sean.
make her watch
A lot of them are.
WKRP in Cincinnati?
Yeah. She loves Venus Flytrap.
One of them's dead for sure. Two of them.
There's
dead.
at least 2 or 3 that are dead.
One's from Lake Highlands.
Yeah.
I think there's
Yeah,
like
I think
4
Puck.
dead. There's
Isn't Puck
almost as
dead?
many dead Glee cast members as Jack the Ripper victims.
Pedro's dead. Puck's fine.
No one's ever said that sentence before.
8 people involved with the show. 3 cast members, 5 crew members.
Jeez.
And Big
Haunted.
John.
It's the curse of
Cowboy
Glee.
John.
Scarface is 53, the rapper. Chris Jericho also 53.
Wow. Tie.
Eric Dane is
He's
51,
got a great
Mino.
podcast.
Eric Dane?
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard.
Nate's dad in Euphoria.
Oh, what a scumbag.
Is he dead?
No.
Who died in Euphoria?
Eric Bischoff.
No.
Yeah, Bischoff.
Bitchsoff?
Bitch.
Yeah, his thumb had a big player early on in Euphoria.
It was Angus Cloud who died.
Thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
The guy from AC/DC?
No.
Everyone back to their corners right now. Talking about Euphoria here. Nick Lachey, 50. Cisco is 45.
Thong song?
Does he still have
man.
platinum hair?
Doesn't look like it.
Cisco's 5 years younger than Nick Lachey.
Weird.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
French Montana, the worst rapper of all time, 39. Finn Cole is 28. He of Peaky Blinders and Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
The show we learned all about during the Mavs run.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, it was debuting after the
Yeah.
NBA Finals.
Yep.
And we're like, yeah, we're going to watch
The final
it.
season.
Then we forgot.
He played Michael in Peaky Blinders. Whitey Herzog, 92. Bill Guerin, 53.
Whoa.
How about that?
Good dude.
Executive.
Good dude.
Adam Dunn, 44.
Once brought beer to the Bob and Dan hotel room at 2 in the morning. and watched us play Tiger Woods golf in Anaheim.
Did Dan have a beer?
Yeah, I did too.
Okay.
Slowly.
Is that the last beer Dan had?
It probably is.
Set his apple down. Joel Zamaya, 39.
Guitar Hero.
The man who went on the IL for playing too much Guitar Hero.
Tiger's closer?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is that a band?
See, there you just named a tiger. Who was trying to do that?
We all were. All of us.
Kyle Rudolph, 34. Former Aggie Christine Michael, 33.
Boy, he was a good one. And a cowboy.
Kristen.
It's not Christine?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm going back. I'm going back to his recess
Yeah,
days.
but I think it's Kristen.
They call him Christine.
What year did we roll him in
Christine
here?
Michelle.
2015, maybe? The Joseph Randall year? I think so.
Point for Bob.
Yes. All right, Born This Day Now Dead. Spiro Agnew, the 39th Vice President.
Spiro.
Nixon.
Carl Sagan.
Space.
Star.
That's Tyler.
Bob Gibson.
It's the Carl Sagan Show.
The pitcher.
Corey Seager, Bob Gibson, and Reggie Jackson, and...
Come on, one more.
And Sandy Koufax.
Tom Fogerty. Guitarist for CCR.
John
the other. No, there's two. There's a John and a Tom. They don't speak anymore.
Well, I bet they don't.
Oh.
For one reason. And
They haven't spoken since he died.
Born This Day Now Dead. Josie.
Oh, man.
Josie's on
No.
vacation.
No, not that Josie.
Come around and
The ladies pick. 3'9" with a 10-foot.
He was Kid Rock's little person. It just ends, huh?
Bye, Justin.
Bye, Mino.
Broadcasting live from
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Dave.
Thank you so very much. And
Dave.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Gen X Davey.
as we know, on Rant Revival days, Enews is the soft launch of the Rant Revival, which means we are joined by the purveyor, the founder, the owner of Rant IP, Gordon Keith.
That's right. Thank you so much, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Made a killing off that IP.
Made zero.
Do you think you made more off that or Cool Link?
Don't bring up Cool Link. It's a soft spot. I borrowed money to invest. It didn't work out.
Sink it up, guys. We got to sink everything into Cool Link.
We're going to be millionaires.
Everything.
Seriously. Just wait for the IPO.
Extra kidneys to sell. Do it now.
Cool Link.
Speaking of IP,
still has a chance.
Yeah, you
the SAG-AFTRA strike is over.
How about that?
It lasted 118 days, which is the longest of all time, but it officially ended at midnight this morning. So today it's officially over now. It needs to be ratified. The negotiating committee approved it in a unanimous vote, but now it needs to go to the national board and needs to go through the whole process. So it should take about a week for it to actually get ratified. But it has officially been called off. The strike has been called off, and actors can return to work as early as today. And a lot of TV productions are already like, come on, let's go back to work. Because they gotta catch up on their production schedules.
Did they announce the terms of the settlement?
No, we don't have details about the terms of the settlement, which I assume will come out over the next 2 weeks. But they say that the deal has first ever protections for actors against AI, and it also has a historic pay increase, and it also has a structural change in the compensation on streaming platforms. So it has bonuses built in for the top streaming programs.
You know what's weird is that last night here in Dallas at the Texas Theater, Gordon.
Why are you addressing that to me? What would I know about the Texas Theater?
Your favorite theater.
Yeah, there's a particular seat in there that you would love to own.
Yeah.
What, like 3 rows from the back, 5 seats in? Oh! I'm not even sure if that's right, actually.
So last night it was the premiere of The Iron Claw.
Yes.
And all the actors that are in it, including Zac Efron and Jeremy Allen White and others, showed up. There have been no movie promotions whatsoever.
Yeah, it's been forbidden. The only reason that they were able to do that is because it was produced by A24, and so certain indie film distributors had kind of an exemption.
Okay.
So they could do promotion for indie films, but big Hollywood studios couldn't do anything.
Okay, I didn't know if it was because they were so close to the end of the strike or what, but...
No, I think it was planned in advance because it was an A24 production and not a big Hollywood studio. But yes, it is exciting that we are going to get back into the promotion game as far as, they're going to start rearranging the release schedule. All of the movies that have been bumped will find new places on the schedule, and as we said, TV production is going to get ramped back up. So fun.
Totally.
Our entertainment is saved. At
New
least
season.
For,
I don't know that
at least
I
for 2
noticed
years.
a strike.
It was getting to the breaking point.
Yeah, because think about now, it's not so much noticing the strike, it's a year from now when everything that should have been shot is now going to be Love Island Part 4 or whatever, just dumb reality show.
The final season, the second part of the final season of Yellowstone was supposed to be airing this fall. It's going to air next fall.
Yeah.
Everything got pushed out 6 to 8 to 12 months. And so, everything's going to be a little few and far between for a while until they get caught up. Speaking of Hollywood, this is interesting as Sharon Stone... She hasn't done a whole lot, but she was on that flight attendant show, which was on HBO Max, I believe, and she played the mother of the chick from Big Bang Theory. What's her name?
Kaylee Cuoco?
Yeah,
Kaylee Cuoco.
Yeah, so she played her mom on the show. But she hasn't done a lot lately. But she did appear on a podcast hosted by Kelly Ripa called Let's Talk Off Camera. And this fits right in with all of the post-Me Too revelations, as she says that in the late 80s, before she hit it big, so Basic Instinct was 92, Casino was 95. This is in the late 80s when she was just a young actress. She was talking about how she only had one outfit. Like, it's her special outfit that she got on the sale rack and that she would keep dry cleaned and pristine for every meeting that she had with an executive. And so she gets called in to see the head of the Sony studio at the time. And she goes into his office and he has one of those real low leather couches. And she says that because she's tall, her knees are up at her ears, very compromising position. And then this is what happens.
Oh, it's true what they say about you, and you're the most gorgeous. Oh, you're just blah, 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 blah. And then he came walking right up in front of me, and he said, but first, and he took his penis right out in my face. And of course, I was very young, and what I do when I'm nervous, because I'm basically a very bubbly person, I started laughing.
Right.
And I started laughing and crying at the same time. And I couldn't stop because I became hysterical. So I was, right? And I couldn't stop.
Mark,
so he didn't know what to do. So, of course, he put it away. Then he went through this door behind his desk, which I thought was that he left. So I didn't know what to do. So I was just sitting there hysterical. And eventually his secretary came and led me out, right? But this was not the last of many weird experiences like this in my career.
I mean, do you think, here's my penis, do you think that
that's exactly what happened when I first met Corby?
Yeah.
That's exactly how he treated me.
Just put it in your face.
Yeah.
But do you think of
digging around in there?
Of Hollywood actresses, Sharon Stone has to be one of the all-time targets of this kind of sleaze, right?
Oh, yeah. Her famous scene, the way she tells it now, is that she was tricked into that scene where she exposed her,
when
canal.
She uncrossed her legs and gave you a glimpse into the place where babies are made.
She claims that they told her that you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
And so that she did it, trusting them, and then they put it in the movie, which is really sorry.
And it was part of a trailer that if you went to see whatever movie back in the day and they ran Basic Instinct, the trailer, it is one of the most successful trailers I think I've ever seen, because there was no doubt I was going to see that movie when it came out. I have never.
Because you wanted to see that.
Well, it wasn't.
Filmed.
I don't even think it was that. I think she was so hot back in the day. It had nothing to do with the legs crossing, and it had Newman from Seinfeld all sweaty under the heat lamp. You know, he was one of the cops at the time. But it was just the story, the way I can't remember the name of the director, Paul something or other.
Verhoeven,
yeah.
Blart.
Put together Blart, yeah.
Blart.
Put together that trailer though, it was perfect. Like, there are very few trailers that just scream, "Oh my God, I got to see it." But as a 22-year-old dude at the time, I'm like, I'm going to that, and it was okay.
Look at that. I think we revisited it recently, and Not that great. And it's really weird how.
What did you just say?
It's really weird how the two characters, Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone, how they really have no chemistry, but they are like madly in love. It makes no sense, and then their sex scenes are real awkward and gross. Like seeing Michael Douglas with his O face is not something you want to see.
Which we saw a ton in the 90s.
Do you think the poster says all of the sex scenes are awkward and gross?
Yeah. Well, no, they didn't use that as the pull quote, the critic pull quote.
All right, last thing. This is insane.
Wait, before you get to that last thing, didn't Sharon Stone's husband get bitten by a dragon?
What?
A Komodo
Sharon Stone's
dragon?
husband.
Is she married?
She was married to a newspaper guy, and his foot got bitten off by a dragon, Komodo dragon.
I'm typing in right now, Sharon Stone dragon husband, which has never been in my browser. Jay Kilgore, the reptile keeper who was in the cage with Stone's husband, San Francisco Chronicle executive Phil Bronstein, says it was he who got the lizard to unclamp itself from Bronstein's toe after 1 or 2 seconds by grabbing its neck and yelling at it.
Thank you.
No!
Bad
Let
dragon.
go of the toe!
Bad dragon.
You're a bad dragon.
And one bite from a Komodo dragon, they have like more bacteria in their mouths.
So he had to get the foot amputated?
Than in the history of the world.
No, I think he turned into a dragon.
Does it have more bacteria
it's like grayscale.
Right.
Than the crevasse in Sharon Stone's skirt?
Dude.
Dave. That's a
Dave.
That's a beautiful. Speaking
That
of
is
Michael
her
Douglas.
Private bacteria area.
Speaking of Michael Douglas, that may have been how he had the cancer.
Right, how he got his mouth cancer.
Yeah.
on the set of Basic Instinct.
Would you stand
She
by?
reached that point of no return and shot HPV into his waiting baby bird throat.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
That's what Bob just texted me.
Would you stay loyal and stand by your spouse if their toe was bitten off by a dragon?
No.
You're gone?
I draw the line.
They would be incomplete.
Right there. Yeah.
And what are you doing with the dragon?
Like, wouldn't Monty's story be a lot
Why are you
cooler?
messing around with a dragon in the first place?
Monty needs to change his story.
Yeah. Like, it got bitten off by a dragon.
The Kevin James pet dragon bit it off.
He was battling a dragon.
Yeah.
Baller.
Okay. Rant Revival next.
Get the Steak Podcast at patreon.com/sportsgreek.
Okay.
Hello, hardliners.
So there's a couple of things that we would like to discuss as a group. One of them dropped earlier today, and I don't know if you guys discussed this or if you've read anything about this, but there was a bundle of letters that were found. Not like the alphabet letters, but actual letters that were written to soldiers that were found to be unopened and in perfect condition.
Wow.
And the letters...
From which war?
The letters were from the 12-year war between France and something weird in 1758.
Whoa.
Yes. So a history professor over in Cambridge found these inside of a museum marked strangely, and he just kind of grabbed it. He had access to it, and it was these letters that were bundled up that never made it to these soldiers from their wives, girlfriends, moms, dads, all of it. And
I'm
there
horny for you.
were hundreds of them. And
I'm so horny.
And it said, like, the ones that were kind of sexually charged, they said that you found out a lot about day-to-day life, about sexuality back in the day, all of it. So it's not anything dissimilar probably to what is going on now if there was some sort of war, whether it was a Snapchat message or an actual letter or anything. It was very similar.
I had to lay with Pierre. I was thinking of you.
It was just kid stuff.
It's just kid stuff.
You know what's really weird though is this is, and it's going to go back to the Great White Fire for me.
Oh my gosh! How do you tie that in with French sexuality?
It's not sexuality. First off, these are letters that never made it to their loved ones.
Let's let them cook.
And my whole thing is they were found, and the professor said, I think he asked several people, should I open these? Do you mind if I open these, or should these forever die as they were?
So the letters from the dead French soldiers were like the cars left behind by the dead Great White concert attendees.
Oh, now I understand the letter story in a way that I couldn't before you compared it to the empty cars outside a nightclub.
In a way, yes, you're correct. No, but as they talk about their lives in here, and this is in the 1700s, and we don't have any examples of this outside of things that are written in books, but just personal artifacts like this, I almost think
people even alive in the 1700s?
And they wrote with letters. But I do think that there is something to that. Should these... I don't know if you can find somebody with a last name that, 100 generations down the road that these should end up with.
Not 100 generations.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying. Not
a 100. He can't comprehend it, Dave. Just let him go.
So one of the letters says this.
How many generations in a year?
On the first day of the year.
385 generations in a year.
On this,
you're wrong on so many fronts.
On this, the first day of the year, and this is a woman writing to her husband. I think more about you than you about me. In any case, I wish you a happy new year filled with the blessings of the Lord.
Sounds like they really love each other.
Unfortunately, I think I am for the tomb. I've been ill for 3 weeks. Give my compliments to Varen, who's a shipmate. Hope to see you soon. Have a kick-ass summer.
Yeah, so she sends a nice little note to her husband.
Miss you, I'm dying.
And wants to
Here
say,
is a clipping of my pubic hair.
I love you more than you love me.
Yeah.
And I'm about to die. Anyway, so good luck with your war.
Yeah, have fun.
I'm not sure. I've just had a cough for 3 weeks.
Right back.
60% of the letters were signed by women. And as they say, provide insights into female literacy, social networks, and experiences in wartime. Most of these women did not know how to read or write.
So they were on like MySpace back then?
You don't think so. Most of these women didn't know how to read or write.
In my top 5.
And they were transcribed by someone. Like they had to go to someone and, find someone that would do it. Then they would sign it and
make
move
France
on.
great again.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's really
Are
creepy.
you wearing your Make France Great Again red tri-cornered hat?
It's really weird to me, though, that...
The tri-cornered hat is...
And, Gordon, you've had the same experience.
Stupidest hat design.
You've had this same thought process. I know. I've read you, like back when you used to write for the morning news, when you found like an old high school annual from like the 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
And you do open it up and you see that these people are getting ready to start their lives and everything's great and kick ass and let's go. And then you're like, and they're all dead.
Does your Sharon Stone cave still smell like brie?
Oh, my God.
But it's depressing. This was 400 years ago or whatever it is, and 300 years ago, and...
Dearest Claudette, my toe was bitten off by a dragon on the battlefield.
And it does go to show that in 300 years from now, how flipping insignificant we all are and will be.
Like, right. So in 300 years, people will be reading your emails?
Probably. Like, look what we found.
That's the problem is, like, you read stuff in old letters from wartime back in the day, or even just everyday letters, and it just seems like they were more epic than our communication is now.
They would write like once a month.
And more than that, probably. Probably every other day they're writing to their loved ones. But to find a treasure trove like this,
all that was preserved of all of us is just our sexting, our awkward trying to get there, trying to get a nude from someone,
but somehow it's able to be procured through whatever AI from like the age of 14 on. Anybody you want, you can just hit a button and be like, "Oh, Dave Lane at 15." Let's see what he was doing.
Let's go through all his D pics.
Here's my penis.
It does demonstrate, though, the easier it is to communicate, the less thought you put into it. Because they had to really think about what they wanted to say. This was their one chance to correspond, whereas just the miracle of email.
Yeah.
Only 25, 30 years old. And you can press a button. By the time the button unpresses, for lack of a better term, it's arrived at its destination anywhere in the world. And so we put so little thought into it.
They had to go into the village to the barber/pharmacist and have him transcribe a letter.
They had to find somebody who could write. And then they had to find somebody who would ride on horseback out to the front lines. I mean, think about the efforts just to correspond versus what we do, which is text while driving at 80 miles an hour.
Right. And send a picture. Here, boner. Thank you.
I am circumcised.
Here's a drawing of my penis.
Yeah.
But it is,
Here is a pencil drawing Pierre did of my penis.
Here is an outline I made with my feather quill pen.
Describe your breasts and how much they cost.
Here is a turkey drawing that I did from tracing one of my hands.
But it's amazing that any letter ever got to its intended recipient back then to begin with.
100%.
So it's not surprising.
They didn't, apparently.
Yeah, it's not surprising that there's a whole stack of undelivered mail.
And apparently this guy was able to track down, they thought that the ship that these guys were all on was coming into port at certain areas, and there were 7 or 8 different instances where they missed this ship by minutes or a day or whatever, but the letters kept piling up, and finally they were like, "Oh, screw it! Everybody's dead anyway. Everybody's going to the tomb anyway."
So where were these letters all recovered?
They were going to French soldiers from the 7-year war, and they were somehow ended up in a museum in Cambridge, which is bizarre to me.
And just the fact that the paper doesn't disintegrate in that amount of time. Was it like in some sort of air?
It must have been
protected vault of some sort.
They were vacuum sealed.
That's incredible.
Yeah. With weed in there too?
They were in coffee grounds.
Oh, cool.
Always put them in coffee grounds. That's the best way.
Gordon, you've been to Paris, right?
I have.
So, did you ever visit the catacombs when you were there?
I've been to Paris many times. Put that on my bragging montage. It seems to be the European city that I've probably passed through the most. And I've never visited the catacombs.
I've been there twice and never went.
Is it because they're in Rome?
Well,
there's probably catacombs in lots of cities.
Places.
Yeah.
But the French catacombs, I did do it one of the times that I went, and it's incredible because they had flooding, they had corpses everywhere.
Yeah.
And so they dug out these catacombs and they just put everybody's bones in there. And so they would just make stacks. Here are all the leg bones. Here are all the skulls.
They sorted them.
Yeah, it's all sorted. And it's insane.
Wow.
And so there's like maybe
thousands and thousands.
There's like 3 million people down there.
Yeah.
And you just
they were
talk
all actual people with their own lives and hopes and dreams and relationships, and that just freaks me out when you're staring at a wall of skulls.
Yeah, you're just looking at this pile of bones and you're thinking about all these lives that amount to just dust in a cave.
Yeah.
And like you said, it makes you realize how insignificant everything is.
Yeah, all of it.
Were any of them Texas Radio Hall of Famers?
No, they weren't.
Do you think that they'll shove Gordon's knee bone up there and just put a little sign on there that Radio Hall of Famer? Oh, cool.
I've already paid for screw-on plaques that can go on each one of my bones for my skeleton.
Does the Hall of
Fame,
Texas
Radio Hall of Famer,
does it make you immortal? Are you in some ways able to live forever now?
Will you be interred at the Texas Radio Hall
That's
of Fame?
That's where the Texas Radio Hall of Fame catacombs.
Yeah, that's what they need to do is start a catacombs at the Texas Radio Broadcast
Where you
Museum.
all end up. By the way, have you guys ever eaten honeycombs? Awesome. Like, really
God,
good.
my brother, that was his favorite cereal growing up, and
So
I hated
good.
it.
They cut your mouth.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
In milk?
The roof of your mouth would be shredded.
Well, they were.
It was a roof shredder.
They're big. Yeah.
They're good.
I think they have flavored ones now, though. Are you talking about the original flavor?
Yeah,
Corby?
the original. Yeah.
Ugh.
Honey is overrated.
You know what? I'll tell you what would grind.
Honey is overrated.
I'll tell you
That's ridiculous.
As a flavor, it's spare.
What would grind the top of your roof to a nub? And I only ate these with my grandpa, as he would just slowly feed me.
This is a related story to the Ding Dong Cabin.
Yeah, this is grandpa.
This was grooming before grooming.
Right.
Yeah.
Grape
This is who
nuts.
taught your dad how to do it.
Grape nuts. Worst cereal ever.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, you need to let those steep in the milk for like 10 minutes.
No.
Are they still around?
Oh, yeah.
John Denver endorsed them, I think.
Who?
Wasn't John Denver a grape nuts guy?
I think you're right. Or Wilford Brimley. Somebody's safe, you know?
Our friend Juice weighs in. He says, I think Corby just described the globe-spanning 7 years war between the French and British alliances as the 12-year war between France and somebody weird.
Yeah.
I thought you were a history major.
Yeah, like I know that war. But think about that. They think that they're fighting this, we're fighting for the honor of our country and we're going to kill Britain, all this stuff. And it's now reduced to this. Where
I want to
here
know
we are
what word
300
you saw
years
that you just said somebody weird.
Our country, hey man, come
Hey,
on.
white girls, huh? What's up, vatos?
Look at this, our chariots bounce up and down, man.
Did I devolve into a Mexican?
Whoa.
There is one thing that I would like to do to you, Mr. Britain man.
Oh, man, yeah. I want the crepe with some refried beans in the middle, man. Beans.
Our dialects are really all over the swerving.
But that's
around
what
the
this is. That's what their whole life's work of independence and fighting their mortal enemy now has been reduced to this:
We're back to philosophical.
to eating grape nuts and having them being stuck to your mouth.
All right,
Deep thoughts, Corby.
Now tie in the great white guys.
I mean, at one moment they're French and they're alive, and then the next moment they're unalive and grape nutted.
That sentence has never, ever been said. Ever in the history of mankind.
Like when the 12-year war was over with somebody weird, they all returned to their cars, but there were no keys.
No.
And there were no keys inside.
But they had
All the horses had died because no one fed them.
And hair metal was going away.
Oh, my goodness.
So what did they do?
Wow. Well,
Well, anyway.
in closing,
Yeah, the end. All right, Gordon.
All right, thank you, hardliners.
thanks, Gordon.
There he goes.
Love you.
The Rant and the Rant Revival.